What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Down South Up North. Hope you guys had a great weekend and happy Monday. Let's get ready to attack the week, and it gets no better with a brand new episode of Down South Up North. Matt, how we doing?
Doing good, man. Start of the week. Let's start off strong.
Yes, sir. Let's get straight into the athletic alert. Today, we're going to recap UFC 300. Overall, this card was amazing.
Loaded.
Loaded. UFC 300, you had to go all out. Brought in $16.5 million. It had all the superstars. I'm going to kind of go through all the fights, but there's one fight in particular that me and Matt are going to take a deeper dive into. Alex Pereira, he's an animal. He's a dog. Knocked out Jamal Hill in the first round, got hit in the cup, told Herb Dean, hey, take a step back, I'm about to finish this thing. Hits him with the uppercut, knocked Hill into another dimension, and proceeded to hammer fist his way into a victory. But the one fight we're going to get into today is Max Holloway versus Justin Gaethje, the baddest motherfucker title fight.
Literally, that's the name of the belt.
Literally, yeah, that's the name of the belt. It's the BMF belt, baddest motherfucker. He beat Dustin Poirier a few cards earlier, and Dustin dominated at 299, and Dustin's probably on his way to a title fight. So Gaethje was like, hey, I want to please the fans. We're gonna get this thing going, and Holloway just showed his dominance. All 5 rounds of the fight. To start it off at the very end of round 1, Holloway just throws a nasty spinning heel kick, hits Gaethje right in the nose, probably broke his nose, and that caused Gaethje to not breathe. I mean, he was breathing, but if he blew out his nose and all that blood came out, his nose is just going to swell up like a softball. And you're going against one of the best strikers in UFC, and you can't breathe, and he's just throwing punches at you at all different angles, and he's making you run and get to the ground and all this stuff. That's not good. So started off not too good for Gaethje, but at the end of the fight is what really caught people's attention. So, Matt, just take it from there, dude.
Yeah, I mean, first I want to play this clip from Dana White, president of the UFC, kind of just explaining, A, what he does, and B, kind of how this fight resulted in the hype that it definitely lived up to.
And I don't know if you noticed this, and if it happened to you guys too, but that fight sucked the fucking life out of everybody tonight.
I was right.
Everybody was, the next 2 fights, everybody's just sitting there dead. It was like this adrenaline dump. It was incredible. It's like, people always ask me what I do. I sell holy shit moments for a living, right? That was the ultimate holy shit moment of all time. If you were at home, if you were in a bar, or if you were here live tonight, there's no bigger holy shit than that.
Kind of just bouncing off there. Kyle, final round. And a lot of people said it was a dogfight throughout, but I think we can all agree that Max Holloway had most of the fight. He definitely had the upper edge for those first 4 rounds. Can you agree to that?
Oh, 100%. It was 4-0.
Yeah,
Holloway.
Exactly. It might have been 3-1, but this last round, I mean, I'll just go through a quick play-by-play. I mean, Holloway literally daring him to stand in the middle. And like you said, last 10 seconds or so, this guy takes over. And then Gaethje comes in, and he takes the bait, falls for his trick, and then absolutely a brilliant play, an all-time sports moment, just takes him 2 seconds, and then bam, last second, knocks him cold onto the ground and just solidifies the BMF belt. I mean, 20,000 people were there watching. I'm sure there were hundreds of thousands of people watching at home like I was. I was on the couch, I'm like, damn, dude. You just got your ass beat. And he literally, I mean, like you said, Holloway would have won by decision either way, but it's just such a great moment that just brought it all together by just a crazy knockout. And for Max, man, it was a well-deserved belt. I mean, I'm not big into the UFC world, but I know everybody lived up to this, and it was a great weekend overall.
100%. This card was an absolute banger. So many great fights. The entire time, I was just glued to the TV. Once I looked away to talk to my friends or anything, all of us were just dialed into the TV. Awesome card all around.
Yeah, most definitely. But that wasn't the only thing that happened this weekend, Kyle. As we had some discussion on Friday's show about the Masters coming up, Scottie Scheffler takes it home. second Masters in 3 years. This guy's the real deal. I mean, he's up there in the conversation. Jordan Spieth, what he did in the mid 2010s. Jason Day had a couple rounds at it. We're always talking about Rory McIlroy and how he's amazing, but Scottie Scheffler is that dude now. Like, we are in that era of he is the best golfer in the world, and he has been the best golfer in the world for quite some time now. I know we talked about before this that the throne for golf isn't really claimed for that long of a span compared to other sports. You look at football, you have Patrick Mahomes. You look at the NBA, you have LeBron James dominating. And now for baseball, we're kind of seeing Shohei Ohtani emerge, and get into his prime and take over the league as a whole. But Scottie Scheffler's doing that for the PGA and the world of golf. And I think it's phenomenal to watch. Kyle, any words on his performance over the weekend?
Scottie Scheffler I was watching the Pat McAfee show this morning, and Pat said it best. He was like, when you watch Scottie golf, the only thing you could do is watch. Scottie was throwing darts at Augusta National. He was just those par threes, dude, smacking it on the green, putting for birdie after birdie. I have some stats pulled up here. Day one, Scottie shot a 66, had 6 birdies. Day 2 and 3 is where the weather was kind of shit, but he shot a 72, which is even. He had 3 birdies. And for day 3, he shot 1 under par, 71, and had 4 birdies. That's still incredible. Then day 4, he comes out, shoots 11 under, 68, 7 birdies. 7. Like, this dude, like you said, man, he's the real deal. And I just have a stat right here, which is just, I read this and I was like, no way that's true. Scheffler's scoring average across 35 rounds is a 67.6. So rounded up to about a 68. He has not shot over par in a round in 232 days. The last that was August 26th of 2023. That stat alone is crazy. Like, I love Scottie Scheffler. He's a humble guy. Like you said earlier, he just keeps his head down and just golfs. That's all he does.
He just plays, man. He just plays.
Like Bryson DeChambeau, I think he's great for the sport because he alone has brought a lot of eyes and a lot of people to the game of golf, introduced it to him. But when Bryson hits a shot, he lets you know about it. He's going to pump his chest. He's going to throw his arms up in the air. He's going to celebrate. Scottie, he's like, hey, it's just I do this every day. Par 3, I'm going to hit it 10 feet from the pin. I do that regularly. So Scottie is just the man. He had 20 birdies, 9 bogeys, 41 pars, 1 double bogey, 1 eagle, and he took home $3.6 million.
Yeah, I mean, just cool, calm, and collected, dude. He's the definition. He's got great poise in his game. He actually went to the same high school as Matt Stafford, Clayton Kershaw, and Chris Young. So he's on a short list of great guys to come out of Dallas, Texas. But I do want to give a special shout out to Neil Shipley. I'm wearing my JMU gear, so congratulations to him. Dude, I mean, just awesome winning the Masters Lower Amateur Tournament. Landing a spot in the Butler cabinet as well. But dude, next time you got to keep your eyes on the camera, dude. Like that interview he had, I mean, it was hilarious. But just look at the camera when you're talking and stuff, and I think you'll be all right. But
he was so confused, dude. I think he was looking at himself in programs for what people have no idea what that is. You have a monitor, and that's just like all the screens, like the shot of the course or the shot of just really anything. And if you look at yourself in the program, you're going to be looking like this when the camera's like right there. So he was just looking a little goofy. Just a tip of advice, maybe go down to the Dan Patrick School of Sportscasting in Orlando, Florida, and learn how to look in the camera. But hey, congratulations. You killed it, man. Good stuff.
Absolutely. And today we are off from the NBA, but tomorrow and Wednesday starts the play-in tournaments. So, newer thing in the NBA, last couple of years, right?
Yeah, I think it debuted in what, 2021 maybe?
I think so.
22?
Yeah, it's only been here for a few years. But we got Lakers Pelicans. That is 7 versus 8. Winner goes on to face Denver in the first round. Loser plays the winner of Kings Warriors. And that winner will go on to play the Oklahoma City Thunder in round 1 of the playoffs. But that's on the west side of the bracket. Let's move to the east. We have the Heat Sixers. Winner, I believe, plays the Knicks in New York. Yes, you heard that correctly. The New York Knicks have the second overall seed in the Eastern Conference in the NBA.
Mind-boggling.
It is a real thing. And Hawks Bulls 9 and 10. Losers out. Winner will play the loser of Heat 76ers. So hopefully that all made sense. But Kyle, let's start with the Lakers. I'm going to go on a little spiel here. Lakers have had an up and down year. I think they've had a pretty good record. I mean, you look at the East and how dominant the Celtics have been compared to the West, and just how, I mean, a couple of days ago we had 3 teams tied with the same record for the number 1 seed. I mean, I don't know what the historical numbers are, but this is a very good year for the Western Conference. So for the Lakers to go out there and, win the amount of games they did, I believe it was 47 they finished with. It just sucks that they're in this position having to fight for a playoff spot. But I honestly think it's worst case scenario for them, and it really sucks because we don't know how many years of LeBron James we're going to get left. If they do win and go on to face the Nuggets, I mean, even though the Nuggets have the 2 seed, I think they're the best team in the West. They may even be the best team in the NBA. And for the Lakers to go out there, and you remember last year in the Western Conference Finals what the Nuggets did to the Lakers, and then now you're sitting there like Jamal Murray's coming out saying that they have the best duo in the league, him and Jokic. For Anthony Davis and LeBron James, that should set off a fire under them. But I don't know if the rest of this Lakers team can be consistent enough to knock out the best team in the West, in my opinion, 4 games out of 7. I really don't.
I mean, you pretty much just nailed everything right on the head there. Lakers, I mean, it sucks. 47-win team, and you're fighting for a playoff spot going to the play-in tournament. But we're talking about LeBron James here. The greatest player of all time, great competitor, and he's going to handle business. He knows what's at stake. He's thinking, hey, I'm old. I probably have less than 5 seasons left. I got to make every single one of these years count. I mean, think about it. His son, Bronny, did he declare for the draft?
He did, but he also entered the transfer portal. So, look, my whole thing is I think Bronny's going to get his draft prediction. You know how all the analysts come out with prospect rankings and stuff? I think he's going to get that, do his homework, depending on where they have him. If he doesn't get drafted, he goes back to college for another year. But I'll let you continue.
Yeah, if he does get drafted, LeBron's always said he wants to play with Bronny. I think LeBron's going to do that for 1, maybe 2 years, and then he's going to be done. He's like, hey, I played with my kid. That's all I really wanted to do and win championships, and I've done both. So when it comes to Pelicans, like they have a good squad. Zion, Brandon Ingram, Alvarado, whoever his name is, the dude that always like hides behind the inbound and steals the ball.
Yeah.
They're going against a good team, but we're talking about LeBron James here. He's going to handle business. He knows that the Denver Nuggets have his number. They kind of whooped his ass last year.
And they are waiting for him.
And they are waiting for him. And LeBron's like, you know what? Like, I want to beat that ass. I want to get revenge. So I got Lakers winning going in. I want the Lakers to win against the Nuggets, but it's just Jokic, dude. He's not normal. Think about it last year when the Lakers and the Nuggets played each other. Lakers played great defense with a few seconds left on the shot clock, and he brings it back all the way back here and just launches it. And it hits nothing but the bottom of the net for 3. Like, that's just Jokic. But I got Lakers winning it.
However, I will say, Kyle, good things come in fours. 2012, LeBron James leads the Heat to an NBA championship. 2016, LeBron James completes the 3-1 comeback against the 73-9 Golden State Warriors. 2020, in the bubble, I don't care if you call it Mickey Mouse or not, LeBron James and Anthony Davis lead the Lakers to a championship. So I'm just saying that if all goes right, Anthony Davis only missed 5 games this season. 5. That's the most he's ever played in an NBA season. If LeBron James and Anthony Davis are clicking and the rest of that team does their job and is consistent enough, I would not be surprised if the Lakers not only represent the Western Conference, but take home the NBA championship this year.
Ooh, that's a hot take.
Just saying.
Hey, it's LeBron James, dude. You can never leave him out of the equation.
No.
And I'm going to get into the next matchup here, talking about never leaving this person out of the equation. Warriors versus Kings. Last year, they faced off in the playoffs, and it went to a Game 7 in Sacramento, I believe, right?
Yeah, because the Kings had the 3 seed.
Steph Curry is all I got to say. Stephen Curry, this dude. There was a podcast LeBron went on a few weeks ago, and he was just talking about, like, game changers, and he was like, that light-skinned fucker. Talking about Curry. And he was just like, dude, like, he's completely changed the game, and he's one of the greatest competitors in the sport. Like, bro, Warriors, dude, they got the dynasty. Curry got 4 rings. Motherfucker might go for 5. Like,
yeah, but they have to win 2 playing games just to get into the playoffs.
That's easy money for the Warriors.
I don't know, but dude, if you look at Steph, man, a lot of games he seems like he's very tired and like drained from care. I mean, he is carrying that team.
That's true.
Like he's tired. True. Now you get two extra games, just get into the playoffs. I don't know. I'm not gonna bet against him. But I also think the Kings are a good team. I mean, they have Sabonis, who led the league in rebounds this year. You know, I mean, that they got a squad over there. So
De'Aaron and Kevin Huerter, like they got some really good pieces over there. Yep. So that's going to be a great series. But I got Warriors winning it.
All right, let's close with your Hawks, man. Let's dive into what Trae Young and company's doing down there near you.
To be honest, I haven't really been keeping up with the Atlanta Hawks. They're pretty mid, to be honest. I think in the last 1,000 games, they're like 500 and 500, which is kind of ass.
It's not, yeah.
It's not very good. It just sucks because look at that run they had in 2021 in the playoffs. They almost went to the NBA Finals. But that was just like everything was clicking. Like we had a good coach that everyone was buying into the program there. All the players were healthy. They were playing their best ball. Like, everything was clicking. And as an Atlanta Hawks fan, you see that, and you're like, bro, the future's super bright here. But then it just went just straight into a big thing of flames, pretty much. Trae Young can't get on the same page with coaches. He's getting injured. Murray getting injured. Injuries, not buying into what the new coach is doing. Just all the shit that we did in 2021, it's just all fell apart now.
All right, the promises just dropped.
Yeah, the promises just dropped. So I don't think the Hawks win, to be honest. I think the Bulls, I think DeMar DeRozan he's going to do what he does best. The dude's a walking bucket. He's going to hit the mid-ranges. He's going to play the small ball, make some big plays. And
yeah, he's probably going to who's going to match up with Trae Young?
Is Alex Caruso healthy?
I believe so. I think, yeah, because Zach LaVine went out for the year.
Yeah, so I'd probably Alex Caruso.
Right,
and,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know how that's going to go, but I want the Hawks to win. And if they do, they go against the Celtics, right? If they win?
No, that's 9-10. So
okay,
they'll play loser of Heat 76ers. So what do you got on the Heat and 76ers? I mean, you look at Joel Embiid, who is out for a large stretch. He probably would have won MVP if he kept up the play he was doing. Then he has a heartbreaking injury. But he is back. That team has been doing good. Him and Tyrese Maxey. I mean, they're still battling to get into the playoffs, but if they win, they'll face off in New York. If they lose, then they could be playing against your Hawks if they can get the job done.
Joel Embiid, like you just said, coming back from injury, that's huge. Tyree Maxey, he's been playing good ball all year. Like, playoff Jimmy Butler is a completely different player. Last year, the Hawks beat the Heat in the play-in. Heat go against the Bulls. They beat the Bulls. They go against the 1 seed Milwaukee Bucks. They beat the Bucks. They go against the Knicks. They beat the Knicks. They go against the Boston Celtics. I mean, the Heat were kind of whooping that ass, but Derek White had something to say about it. He hits a huge layup, forces a game 7. Jimmy's like, I know what we need to do. Goes to the Garden, whoops that ass, goes to the NBA Finals, and they just don't stand a chance against Jokic.
I think Nuggets were just a better team than everybody else last year.
They were, but the Heat, they know what they have to do to lock in around playoff time. So,
bro, you got Spo, man. Coach Spo, I think he's a top 3 coach in the league.
Yeah, respected, has the championships to back it up.
And he's got the money, he got the bag now.
Yeah, he's got the bag.
But it's always the Heat, man. I mean, Miami is always in the discussion of playoffs. Like, you can't leave them out. But it seems like they're always underrated, and maybe it's because of the seeding, maybe it's because of their record. But I mean, like you said, Jimmy, he turns it up in the playoffs. Eric Spoelstra, like, he's been there. He's been to the championship multiple times. I think he's been with the Heat alone 5 times, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe 6. No, I think it was 6. Because they went to 4 straight with LeBron. And then he went in 2020 against the Lakers, and then they represented the Eastern Conference last year as well. So,
yeah, and the year before that too, in 2022, Jimmy had the chance to hit the game-winning shot, and he missed, but got his revenge and went to the finals last year. So, good luck to all those teams. Atlanta, I hope you get it done, but I ain't gonna get my hopes up.
It's all good, man. All right, take us to our Monday special.
All right, Monday special. You guys know what time it is. It's time for prospect rankings. Man, I'm going to keep it in my hometown today. We're doing D2. My player is no other than Phillip, first baseman from North Georgia College. This guy, for some reason, redshirt sophomores just know how to just play really, really good baseball. This dude, 50 hits on the year. Their last game against Flagler College, he had a career-high 13 putouts. For you people at home that don't know, there's 27 outs in a game of baseball. He had almost half, which is absurd. Or, yeah, almost half. He's batting .350 on the year, has a .650 slugging percentage. This guy, his future's so bright. And he just won PBC Baseball Player of the Week April 1st. This guy's future is super high. There was a couple of games where he couldn't really string it together, but, hey, man, that's baseball.
Absolutely. All right, staying in D2. Going to go with a guy from Caldwell up here. Another sophomore, kind of like you. Third baseman Michael Cruz. He's having himself a season, dude. So last year as a freshman, to put in perspective, he batted .319. Now he's batting .392. He's on fire. 2 weeks ago, he had 5 runs in just one game against this past week. 5 runs in one game against Bloomfield, hence why he's my prospect of the week. He leads Caldwell with 18 RBIs, and what, Kyle, we're about halfway through the season?
Halfway through the season. I believe the season ends around June.
June-ish, yeah.
Yeah, June-ish.
Yeah, but, I mean, this guy's playing. I mean, I think the biggest thing for him is he's taking that next step, right? A lot of guys, they gradually get better, but from a freshman to a sophomore to bat .392, I mean, that's insane. I mean, the guy's playing excellent baseball behind the plate. He's playing great in the field. And Caldwell's doing good in spite of it. So that's my prospect player of the week.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for today's episode of Down South Up North. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This was a fun episode to make. Talking about golf is always super fun. Previewing the playing tournament and talking about UFC 300. There's no better way to start your Monday. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you got any topic ideas or anything about the show, please comment down below and make sure to follow all of our socials.
Yeah, shout out socials, man.
Hey, you guys killed it on the
Socials
golf this past weekend. We appreciate it. Down South Up North _sports on all platforms. Go follow
Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts.
Everything, man. Everything. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.
Peace.